So let's take a look at example C. So example C says here 16x squared plus 7 equals this stuff here. Now the problem with this is that it is not everything equals 0. So you're going to have to bring everything to one side equals 0. So I left the 16x squared here. I brought the negative 24x to this side to become positive 24x. Kept the positive 7 there, and I brought the negative 2 over to become positive 2 equals 0. So I ended up with 16x squared plus 24x plus 9 equals 0. So of course my a value is 16, my b value is 24, and my c value is 9. Then I wrote down the quadratic formula in order to solve for this. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then I plugged things in here. I have negative b is 24 plus or minus b squared, so 24 squared minus 4 times a is 16 times c is 9 all over 2 times a, which is 16. So I end up with negative 24 plus or minus 24 squared is 576, and negative 4 times 16 times 9 is negative 576 all over 2 times 16, which is 32. Now if I continue this question over here, I'm going to get x is equal to negative 24 plus or minus, and the square root of, well, 576 minus 576 is just 0, all over 2a, which is 32. So I'm going to get x equals negative 24 plus or minus the square root of 0 is just 0 all over 32. Now it doesn't matter if you add or subtract 0 to 24, so this is still going to be negative 24 over 32. See, this plus or minus 0 won't matter if you add 0 or subtract 0 from negative 24, that's still 24. So you actually only end up with one answer, but you can actually reduce this answer. Both top and bottom are divisible by 8. This divided by 8 is negative 3, all over this divided by 8 is 4. So you only have one x-intercept, and that x-intercept is negative 0.75, or negative 3/4. So what does that mean? It means that this is happening here, that it only passes through the x-axis once. So the vertex is actually right on the x-axis. So let's take a look at the last one over here. The last one over here, again, I'm actually just going to set this one up for you. This is all mixed up right now. This is definitely not in standard form. You're going to have to expand this thing in order to put it in standard form. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first expand these brackets, x times everything here. So I'm going to have x times 2x, which is 2x squared, x times 1, which is positive x. I have negative 3 times 2x, which is negative 6x, negative 3 times 1, which is negative 3, equals, and then I have 5 times both those things in there. 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Now I'm going to have to do exactly what I did over here on this question, and which is bring everything over to the left side. So I'm going to leave nothing on this side. I'm going to have 2x squared plus x minus 6x. If I bring this 5x to this side, it's going to be minus 5x. I have minus 3. I bring this negative 10 over here, it's going to be plus 10 equals 0. So negative 2x squared, now I have x minus 6x is negative 5x minus another 5x is negative 10x, and negative 3 plus 10 is positive 7. So this is what I'm trying to solve. Now my a value obviously is 2, my b value is obviously negative 10, and my c value is obviously 7. So I can start this off for you. This is x equals negative b, all plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Continuing this is going to be x equals negative. My b is negative 10, so be careful there. Plus or minus the square root of b, which is negative 10 all squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 7, all over 2 times a, which is 2. Continuing this is just going to be x is equal to, that's going to be positive 10 plus or minus the square root of, now negative 10 squared is 100, 4 times negative 4 times 2 times 7 is going to be negative 56 all over 2 times 2, which is 4. Continuing this is going to be x equals 10 plus or minus the square root of, and now I have this minus this, which is 44 all over 4. Now you can't take the square root of 40, well, you can take the square root of 44, but it's not a nice number. So what we're going to do here is split this up right now into two different answers, and you're going to have x equals 10 plus root 44 all over 4, or you're going to have x equals 10 minus root 44 all over 4. And of course you can come up with a decimal answer if they want the decimal answer to 2 decimal places or whatever many decimal places. If they don't tell you how many decimal places, let's just keep it to 2 decimal places for now. But the exact answer would be this answer with the square root signs. Of course, you can plug this in your calculator and figure out what this is as a decimal answer.